Welcome to Beyond Unmanned, final day of the National Drone Safety Awareness Week. I'm your host, Harry Seto, and I'm excited to introduce you to Jennifer Birdsong, who's going to tell us why we should fly.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Birdsong. Thank you for joining us today as we talk about how we have fun using our drone during Drone Safety Awareness Week. I'm just a drone enthusiast, and I have been for a long time. I enjoy talking to people about the things they're using their drone for and how they might be taking their drone usage to the next level. I also enjoy talking to people that have never touched a drone before and how they might take their drone out for the first time and how they might use it to incorporate it in their day-to-day life. Today, I'd like to talk to you about how you might take your drone out and use it in ways you've never used it before. I always find it interesting as I'm talking to people, they take their drone out and they tend to just get very comfortable with it and they never really take it to the next level. So I want to talk to you today a little bit about, have you ever really thought about taking your drone out and just playing with some of the features of it, maybe exploring some things you've never really used it for? Do you ever really think about play as a way of learning and growing and using your drone for ways that you've never thought of before? As you're going out and using your drone, you always need to plan. Take a second and think about where you're going to fly and the things you're going to do with your drone and some of the areas you might be flying in. The other day I was on a phone call and I asked a question. So the question I asked was, how many people have ever flown their drone indoors? And I was actually very interested to learn of the 30 people that were on the phone call, maybe one or two of them had ever flown their drone indoors. And I placed a challenge on everybody on that phone call to actually try to fly their drone indoors, even if it was just a simple launch and bring it back down again. I'd like to show you a quick video just to show you some things to maybe challenge yourself with and see if you've ever tried any of these things. So as I show you this video, one of the first things that people have never tried before, you ever flown your drone over water? And you don't need to fly your drone over a giant lake or a big ocean, maybe just a simple pool or a hot tub. And here's that value of trying to fly your drone indoors. You know, it's not just about real estate. There's a lot of industries that are looking to fly inside of containers or inside of contained areas to do inspection work. And so it's becoming ever increasingly important to learn about how to fly indoors. And you think about the challenges and the risks about flying indoors. So it's really important to learn how to do that. I have a drone that does some really cool tricks. Now this is a toy drone, but nonetheless, if you don't have one of these, it might be kind of fun to get one. It'll impress your neighbors, that's for sure. So this one does some pretty cool flips. And I'll tell you that it was pretty gusty and windy that day. So some of the risks that I had to contend with were the wind. So I was trying to keep my drone low to contend with it. And you can see it was flying off in one direction, but nonetheless, I was still trying to do some pretty cool flips. And just as I was trying to have some fun, I was taking some pretty cool photos, and there's my pretty cool visual observer. It's my dog, Harley. So some other people I really like to talk to is I just like to inspire some people. I like to take people who never thought about flying a drone. And so I want to tell you some stories. As I was standing at a trade show, I had people walking by me, as I always do. And one woman that walked by me, I talked about, you know, I'm always kind of announcing, you know, you want to learn to fly a drone. And the woman said to me, she goes, I'm a second grade teacher. I don't need to fly a drone. And I said to her, I said, don't you want to inspire that next group of boys and girls in this industry? And she stopped for a second. She kind of shook her head. She goes, that's really something I should consider, isn't it? And we had a great conversation for about 20 or 30 minutes about her role in trying to inspire the next generation and trying to get into this industry. And whether it's flying drones, fixing drones, or just the next engineering opportunity with drones, she really took it seriously. And at that very same trade show, I had another teacher walk right by me. And as I was talking about flying drones, she walked right by me and she says, well, I teach yearbook. I don't need to fly drones. And I stopped her in her tracks and I said, you teach yearbook and you don't think flying drones is something that you should be doing in yearbook? And she actually stopped herself and she goes, I just heard what I said. And she had a great conversation with me after that about possibly using drones and doing photography and videography to do a better job, not only with their yearbook, but with social media and other things around the school. And she left the conference much more inspired about the opportunities that she was going to be able to present her students. So I think those opportunities are everywhere. And I think that flying drones can be very fun. I think there are tremendous career opportunities out there. And whether you choose to do it as just a hobby or it's something that you want to do as a career or a side hustle, I think it's a great opportunity to get into, and it really is a lot of fun. So I would encourage you to get out there and try some things. And whether you're using fancy drones or toy drones or really just knockoff drones, don't let anybody stop you from having fun, and enjoy your day. Thank you very much.
I hope you found this informative, because I surely did. We would like to thank our partners at Aerovat, US Drone Fest, AUVSI North Carolina, and Axon. We would also like to thank the Federal Aviation Administration and Unmanned Aircraft Safety Team. Beyond Unmanned will continue bringing lots of amazing videos to educate you on unmanned systems and emerging technologies. We are going to help you connect to the world and the world connect to you. There's lots happening and you don't want to miss a thing. So like, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. Remember, the future is within line of sight.